Check 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Half of what he was paying, because he actually asked for a lot more, being wrong enough, half of what he got that to. So you can see it just make him leave instead of us I can see why they do it. You see, that's the show anche la mondiale.
Full time in the under-20s, Hills United 1, Western Sydney Wanderers 3. Hills United Football Club would like to thank their major sponsors for their ongoing support of this football club. Snooze, Castle Hill, Phoenix Building Approvals, IC Homes, Triple A Tyre Factory, and Ivory's Special Coatings. Thank you for your ongoing support of Hills United FC.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Landon Stadium, round 2 action of the NPL New South Wales men's competition tonight. And we see two sides enter the park. First up, Victors, the new boys, Hills United, taking on Western Sydney Wanderers. We've got this on the Football New South Wales YouTube channel. Glad to have you on board tonight. Should be an entertaining clash as both sides look to make it 2 from 2 to start the season. And as they make their way out onto the centre of the park, we'll go through tonight's lineups for you. Firstly, to the visiting side, Western Sydney Wanderers. They've got 4 changes from last week's team that defeated Sutherland Sharks 3-1. They line up like this. In goals, number 20, Lucas Sinnott. Number 2, Nathan Berry. Number 3, Anthony Pantazopoulos. Number 4, Donny Gurdich. Number 11, Adam Bulgarija. Number 12, captain Zach Sapsford. Number 13, Aidan Hammond. 18 is Owen Lual. Number 20, we've already covered him. He's the goalkeeper, Lucas Sinnott. Number 22, Jesse Cameron. Number 23, Marcus Fernandez. And rounding out the starting 11, number 25, Riley Hollingdale. On the bench tonight, number 16, Roman Chelina. Number 19, Dimo Dimo. Number 24, Anthony Barbaric. Number 30, Marcus Petrovski. Number 77, Philip Gigliotti. And number 99, Ryan Define. They are coached by Andrew Christensen. Whilst to the home side, Hills United, they line up like this evening. Goals, number 1, Ryan Wood. Number 4, Brian Jumper. Number 6, Isaac Hovar. Number 8, Owen Montford. Number 9, Yua Kubo. Number 13, Cam Philp. Number 15, Noah Casserly. Number 17, Caleb Jackson Brown. Number 19 is their skipper, Glenn Kelshaw. Number 24, Sunday Yona. And rounding out the first 11, number 26, Tommy Mako. On the bench, number 2, Raina Smile. Number 10, Jamal Belkadi. Number 11, Anthony Frangi. Number 18, Mitchell Smith. Number 21, Emlyn Cross. And number 97, Thomas Lopez. They are coached by Luke Casserly. And they just have the 2 changes tonight. Forced changes. Last week, the red card to Nikolai Muller. He's out. Tommy Mako starts in his position. And Daniel Petkovsky is out through injury. And young Noah Casserly is in his place in the starting 11. Just running a little bit late. This game slated to kick off at 7 o'clock, but there was an injury in an earlier game today. So just a little bit past 7:30 Eastern Summer Time here in Sydney, Landon Stadium, which is the home of also Blacktown City, Hills United's home ground as well. And Seven Hills. It's been an overcast day here in Sydney, but the rain at the moment is holding off, and this game should be an entertaining clash. And we just wait for the referees and the assistants to get into position for kickoff on this one. Just checking on the net and the scoreboard end at the moment, one of the assistants. So we are probably a minute or so away from kickoff. Just going through round 1 results for both these sides who come in to the competition round 2 tonight in 3rd and 4th spot. Western Sydney Wanderers on goal difference in 3rd. Hills are in 4th. Of course, Hills defeating Sydney Olympic last week 2-1. A late Owen Montford penalty secured the 3 points for them. And Western Sydney Wanderers, they were fantastic against Sutherland Sharks, and they've kick off in this one now with Western Sydney Wanderers in the first possession, and we'll get the first free kick only 10 seconds into the contest. And it's taken quickly and shifted. 25, Riley Hollingdale on the ball at the moment for the Western Sydney Wanderers. And Donny Gurdich back to Barry. He shifts it across to Pantazopoulos. He'll just hold things up at the moment. Sends a diagonal ball across for his right winger on the far side. And cleared away by Hills United. And here's Sunday Yona for Hills. Just down that narrow corridor. And the ball was well won there by Donny Gurdich. He plays it back to Sinnott. And Sinnott will just pump it midfield. The chest down by Zach Sapsford. And the last touch coming off the Hills play there in Tommy Mako. Some pressure there from Hills trying to win the ball high up on the field, but Wanderers at the moment still in possession. They turn it over. Here's the Hills now. Shift across to Cam Philp, and Philp first time ball in, and it's away Western Sydney Wanderers up towards the halfway line now. And that is Awan Lual, and they get dispossessed, jumper forward, and Barry just uses his body to take the ball away from Kuba. Hollingdale now. Again, a ball through the middle of the park, and this time it's the floating Sapsford, and he looks to play it onside. The Wanderers player on the far side being Jesse Cameron. High up on the field, the wing back for Western Sydney Wanderers. Now Gerditch. Across to Nathan Barry, and just some pressure applied there by Kubo. Back to Gerditch. Marcus Fernandez there just gets pushed off the ball and wrestled back by Hills. Here's Mako. And they shift it across to the right. This time they play Route 1 style. Heavy challenge that time from Pantazopoulos. Did enough there to win possession back for Western Sydney. Here's Gerditch, and as Hills shift across to the left, they look to maintain possession through Barry. Gerditch across to Cameron. Has Sapsford inside as Fernandez. Here's Fernandez now for Western Sydney Wanderers. Gets dispossessed that time by Jackson Brown. Jackson Brown playing more inside the park this week than he did against Olympic last week. Of course, Nikolai Muller suspended from that opening clash. And we'll touch on today's scores so far when we get a moment. In breaking action, here's Pantazopoulos. Has Philp in front of him, plays it back to Barry. 3.5 minutes gone here at Landon Stadium. Still no score. Hills United 0, Western Sydney Wanderers 0. And watching the NPL New South Wales men's competition live and exclusive on the Football New South Wales YouTube channel tonight. Throwing taken by Pantazopoulos, and Bulgarija there. Pantazopoulos just looks to play it off the Hills player, and the assistant on this side says it comes off Western City Wanderers player Aidan Hammond last. So it will be a Hills throw midway in their defensive half of the field. And will be taken by their skipper, Glenn Kelshaw. And the head on there was from Jackson Brown. Jumbo there taken down in the late challenge. The referee says to Aidan Hammond, just mind your tackles. Probably a little early on to open the yellow cards up. It's opening 5 minutes. No chances yet for either side. Just filling each other out at the moment. But as we touched on at the top of the call, a great opportunity for either side to go 2 from 2 tonight. All the way back to Sinnott. He's just looking to pry Kubo out of that number 9 role there. He's happy to take it as far as he can forward. Gerditch plays it back to him, and all of a sudden a bit more of a higher press from Hills, and they look to catch Barry out, but he does well, beating Philp, and now it's Pantazopoulos. Turns the ball straight over to Kelshaw, and Kelshaw under pressure from Lual. And it's the Wanderers trying to assert some authority in the centre of the park, but some tough challenges either way. Tommy Mako there in possession. Here's Philp, and over the top for Kubo. He's onside, and he'll be tracked across by Barry, looking for some targets. Jackson Brown was there in the middle, couldn't get the ball to him. Here's Philp once again. Kubo drifts inside the 18-yard box, looking to take on Barry. Still going, the ball looking to be cleared there by Fernandez. They don't get it away, and almost a comedy of errors there from the Wanderers, but Hills United looking to maintain some pressure. Here's Montford. The shift across to the left now, and the ball in for Kubo, away by Barry. Only as far as Jumper gets there first. Kubo goes down looking for a free kick. Referee waves on, play on, and it's the Wanderers now through Hollingdale. And Plays it long for Luol, but he's a mile offside, and he almost gave himself up there. 0-1 Luol. Of course, last night's game, Sydney FC 2 defeating Manly United 0. A couple of games played earlier today, Sutherland Sharks and Spirit 0-0. Plenty of action in that one. 2 red cards to the Sharks and 1 to the Spirit. And St George City continued with their good start to the season whilst going down last week, defeating Sydney Olympic by 1-0. Tomoto Kamada, the goal scorer for St George. So Sydney Olympic, none from 2. The ball's played in looking for Sapsford there by Cameron. It was. Here's Philp. And the shift across to the left, finding Sunday Yona. Familiar with his ground, the former Blacktown City and MacArthur Bulls player. Still going, Yona. Drifting and turning, but it's turned over to the feet of Sapsford. Luol waits for it there, and Hills get the jump on him. The ball over to the right-hand side now, and here's Kelshaw in the overlapping run. Looks to measure his cross in. Kubo there, falls to Yona. Try and find some space. Tommy Mako there turns it over, and the Wanderers now through Bulgaria. Wins the free kick. Midway in the Western Sydney half. Just over 8 minutes played here at Landon Stadium. No score. Hills United 0. Western Sydney Wanderers 0. As Nathan Barry waits for the ball to come back to take the free kick. In fact, it'll be Donny Gerdich, and Gerdich across to his central defensive partner in Barry. And Gerdich with that diagonal ball, looking to pick out Hammond, and Hammond with Kelshaw on top of him. A long time captain of the Hills club. It's been, of course, a fantastic futsal player as well, Kelshaw. And the Wanderers looking to mount some sort of attack. They play it short. 13 in Hammond. Hammond with 3 yellow shirts around. Plays it to Bulgaria. Ball recycles out only as far as Pantazopoulos. He's Hammond now. Can slide it in behind, and Bulgaria's onside. He'll look to measure his cross for the cutback for Hammond. They get it away, Hills. And they play it to safety now through Jackson Brown. Out across to the left. Sunday Yona. He's tracked across by Hollingdale, but Yona with the faster feet there. Cuts it back for Kubo, but great positional play from Donny Gerdich to the skipper in Sapsford. And again, he sends it long. And it's way too much there of Aidan Hammond to keep that one in. Of course, a fantastic start to Hills United, their first home game in the top flight for the season, but beating NPL powerhouse and juggernaut Sydney Olympic last week was great. The tonic that Luke Cassidy was looking for coming into the season. 3 points could potentially turn into 6 points tonight. But the Wanderers, well, they were pregnable last week. 33 shots on their at goal against Sutherland Sharks, and they looked strong in the pre-season. Andrew Christensen's done plenty of fitness work, so fitness won't be the key tonight. Here's Sunday Yona, 1v1 Donny Gerdich. Looking for Kubo, away by Barry, and Sapsford can keep it in on the far side. Up over the halfway they go. Western Sydney Wanderers looking for some targets. Overlapping on the left is Pantazopoulos. Sapsford goes himself. Shifts it across to Lual. Lual onto his left. Back for Sapsford. Surrounded by yellow shirts. Still with Western Sydney. Here's Lual once again. Measure the ball in. And Pantazopoulos coming back from an offside position. Sees a free kick just outside Hills United 6-yard spot.
Hills United FC would like to thank their major sponsors who have all been long-standing sponsors of the club. Snooze, Castle Hill. Phoenix Building Approvals.
Good
IC Homes.
Good to see a lot of the
Tyre Factory.
Hills United and Western Sydney Wanderers youth players here tonight supporting the seniors. Some good results across both clubs today. Of course, the Youth League season coinciding with the seniors, so round 2 for them today. Here's Barry. Once again is happy to just try and pry Hills United away from their lines. At the moment, Yukubo doing a little bit of doggy work. A brilliant turn. That time it was by Hammond. Jumba across the right looking for Yana. Cameron there with a head down, and Arwal nods it down into the path of Sapsford, but Montfort away only as far as Gurditch, and the Wanderers now looking to apply some pressure in the Hills United half, and good possession of football now. Here's Pantazopoulos drifting infield, goes past 1-2, looking to shift the ball across to the left, finds Hammond. Hammond twisting and turning onto his left. Hammond across and away by Lual. Looks at the assistant, and Owen Lual with his first start of the season, but it was all the youngster in Aidan Hammond with the assist, and he goes across to congratulate him. Western Sydney Wanderers take the lead here at Landon Stadium. Wanderers 1, lead Hills United 0.
Number 18, Owen Lual. Hills United 0. Western Sydney Wanderers 1.
Oh, that's the great response that Andrew Christensen, the Western Sydney Wanderers coach, would have wanted Lual into the starting lineup today. And whilst it was the most simplest of tap-ins, won't get an easier one this year. It was all from the brilliant footwork of Aidan Hammond on the left, creating the goal for him. Wanderers will play from in front. Hills United look to peg it back. Jackson Brown just looking for the corner, and the assistant on the near side to us points for the corner, so set piece now for the Wanderers to defend, and some of the taller bodies going forward now. Noah Casserly up there, Montfort there, 2 is in the 6-yard spot. Casserly just making his way around the goalkeeper. About 10 players inside the 6-yard box, headed away by the Wanderers, and it'll be another corner on the far side. 14.5 minutes played here at Landon Stadium. For just joining us, Owen Lual for Western Sydney Wanderers about a minute ago, giving the visitors the lead early on in this opening quarter of an hour. They'll have to defend this corner from the far side. Jackson Brown steps over it, plays it near, looking for the flick on, and this time it's the goal scorer, Lual, doing some defensive work. So the third corner for Hills United in quick succession. Isaac Hover just, I don't want to use the pun, hovering around there, looking for the short corner, perhaps to drag a defender or 2 out. Aidan Hammond over there, quick to it. So we wait for the ball to come back. All of a sudden we might end up with 2 balls. So they may play it short. Got a defender out. This time Jackson Brown will measure his ball in. Again looking for the flick on. Away by the Wanderers. Helped on its way downfield by Fernandez. Here's Jackson Brown fighting hard. The ball finds its way to the feet of Mako, and Tommy Mako, judged to have handballed that one, so relieving free kick for Western Sydney Wanderers, who'd been under the pump for the last couple of minutes. With 3 corners in quick succession. Barry for Gerditch. Look to play around to Kubo. All the way back to Sinnott. And the youngster in goals tonight. Tiger Harper was in goals last week. Of course, making his debut in the last couple of weeks in that 3-3 draw to Newcastle Jets in the A-League. But it's young Sinnott tonight in goals. Long ball forward, looking for the overlapping run from Cameron, and can't quite get there. Over, happy to just play back into the hands of Ryan Wood. Quick delivery for Kubo. Nice first touch from the former J3 player. Of course, scoring one of their 2 goals last week. Panthers read that one well. And the Wanderers can break. All of a sudden, it's 3-on-3. Luol over the top. Gets a nice ball back from Hammond. And some good defensive work there from Hills. Just as Owen Luol looked to break into the 18-yard box. Isaac Hover there. Some great defensive work. Throw in taken. Panthers now has Philp in his back, so played all the way back to Sinnott, and they can shift it to the right and get the movement down that right-hand side if they choose. Here's Gerditch. Barry back to Gerditch, and has Cameron to his right, plays it again, direct, looking for Luol, but ball just bounces under his feet. A difficult first touch that was, with Montfort in his pocket. Now Hover, beautiful vision to find Kubo. Chests it down for Jumbo. Jumbo over the top, looking for Jackson Brown, and Sinnott doesn't know where to come or go, but good communication there with Gerditch. Tells him he was shepherding the ball all the way, and no real harm there for Sinnott in goals. He's just hit the 19-minute mark here at Landon Stadium. Western Sydney Wanderers leading by a goal to nil. 14th minute strike from Owen Luol after some fantastic work from Aidan Hammond. Set it up. Here's Jumper. Philp. Luol looked to play it there for Hammond, and this time it's well read by Noah Casserly. Of course, slotting into the heart of defence tonight for Daniel Pitkowski, who's out injured. Of course, Noah's been with Hills United all the way back since 2013, so 11th season at the one club. You'll find players coming through a SAP Youth League system these days and making their way to first grade, but Noah's managed to do that, and of course they're known as the family club, Hills United, giving plenty of opportunity to youngsters coming through. Dispossessed that time is Hollingdale. Akubo with Yona to his left, still going. Shifts it to Yona. All of a sudden gets a couple of black and red shirts around him. They turn it over. Well picked away it was from Sapsford. He's off and running, looking for the ball from Luol, and Hovar there will do enough to play it out over the sideline on the far side. Wanderers with the throw. That's Fernandez. Here he is. Jumbo in his back. As we inch towards the midway point of this first half. No time to panic for Hills. Plenty of time left. As Tommy Mako sort of runs out of support there. Has to play to Hovar, and Montfort now. And shifted across to Casserly. And Noah looks up. Looks for a Kubo, but it's well read by the Wanderers that time. Fernandez it was. He's Hammond. It's the thumbs up from Panthers. Again, they slow it down. Fernandez for Hollingdale, and Hollingdale for Barry, and they look to go from left to right. Almost a 4-3-2-1 defence at the moment for Hills. So difficult through that middle third corridor. Cameron across to the right. They shift it out to Jesse. And Jesse now for his skipper in Sapsford. Tracked across by Montford. Of course, Montford getting the winning penalty last week for Hills against Sydney Olympic. Well taken penalty it was. They turn it over. And Kelshaw now looks up, sees Jumper to his left. Hover on the extreme left if they can get the ball across. And that was fantastic defensive work by Hollingdale. Here's Hover. Jackson Brown. Casserly. Philp. Plays it all the way back to Ryan Wood. It's not the first time Wood has made the transition from NPL 2 to NPL 1. Was part of the North Shore Mariners lineup many years ago. Back then it was NPL 2, now it's League 1 that got promoted. He's made the trek across last week, or last year, Ryan Wood in goals for Hills. Kelshaw plays it off Hammond, and it'll be a Hills United throw deep in Western Sydney Wanderers' defensive half. Wilcox calling this one tonight from Landon Stadium. Seven Hills in the western part of Sydney on the Football New South Wales YouTube channel. Glad to have you all on board. Wanderers at the moment. Noses in front. 1-0. Owen Luol, if you're just joining in the call, in the 14th minute, open the scoring for the Wanderers, but it was great lead-up work from Hammond. He's Jackson Brown twisting in turning. The former Blacktown City player knows this ground so well. Had a breakout year last year for them, and after coming through their youth and 20 system, got a great opportunity at Hills United this year with one of the new players on board. Jackson Brown there can't shift it across to Havar, and Bugaridja now plays it in behind, looking for Sapsford, but Montfort saw what was about to unfold and plays it forward, still with Western Sydney. Wanderers pick up the free kick, 10 yards inside the Hills half. Pantazopoulos. Just following the scores from around the grounds today. Sutherland Sharks 0. NWS Spirit 0. Sydney Olympic 0 were defeated by St George City 1. Moto Kamada the scorer on half-time at the Illington Sports Centre. St George FC 0, Blacktown City 0. So some tight games. Cool, overcast and at times wet day here in Sydney today. Pantazopoulos just can't wrap his foot around that one. And goes out for a goal kick.
Scores from around the grounds. Full-time Sutherland 0, NWS Spirit 0. Full-time Sydney Olympic 0, St George City 1. And the other live game as we speak is St George Saints 0, Blacktown City 0.
Dave McDonald, one of the NPL callers, doubles up in the mic box tonight as the ground announcer, just echoing the scores from around the grounds, keeping the fans updated. So all the NPL action, men's and women's, plus League One, men's and women's games of the round, live and exclusive each week on Football New South Wales YouTube channel. A new home in 2024, but one that's familiar with Football New South Wales and NPL football in the state. Back to where it all began years ago. Long ball forward, Barry on his skates, gets back, nods it down for Pantazopoulos. Jumper in front of him, looks to play it off him, but the ball still stays in play. That was Yono, in fact, and his jumper now. Just watch it trickle over the sideline. As he goes back into the centre of the park and leaves it for Glenn Kelshaw, the skipper. Jackson Brown over the top for a Kubo, and that one with a little too much bounce on it, straight into the arms of, or the chest of Lucas Sinnott. Plays it short to Gerdich. A little bit of a chess match this one tonight. People ask me as a commentator, who do you think will win? And there's always upsets, we know that. Calling this league 10 plus years. Always upsets, but it's a game that on paper, after round one and knowing what we know, it's certainly a live three-way game. And whilst the Wanderers have their noses in front at the moment, plenty of football to play. Here's Sapsford. Looks to cut it across, headed away by Montford. Cameron down, and the Wanderers now through Hollingdale, and Sapsford gets in behind, looks to make it 2-0. Well, you'd usually bank on Zach Sapsford there. Some wonderful football from the Wanderers. Can't make them pay for that fantastic run, and ball in behind, hits the side of the net. Andrew Christensen was probably in the dugout thinking we're about to go 2-0 up. So the game at the moment that hasn't seen a lot of chances for the Wanderers fans and players and coaching staff. Hopefully that one doesn't come back to haunt Zach Sapsford, but it's been a wonderful player, of course, a former Sydney FC youth product. Scored a brace last week in that 3-1 victory over Sutherland Sharks. Fantastic young talent. Has already seen him play A-League. A lot of academy products in that A-League system now, scholarships. Embarrassment of riches to pull back on, but it's the Wanderers now who look to assert their superiority, and Aidan Hammond just couldn't pull that one back. So went over the goal line for a goal kick. We approach the half an hour mark here at Lendon Stadium. Hills United 0, Western Sydney Wanderers 1. Good to see the Bavonas, the Borgs, the DeBonos, some Western Sydney Wanderers youth players here tonight. Play in my son's under 13 side. They had a good win over Spirit today, 6-0. 2 from 2 for the youngsters. Good start for the Wanderers as a whole in terms of club championship. 10 points last week, 9 points this week. Free kick to Western Sydney. Sapsford over the top for Cameron. Referee says just wait for the ball to stop rolling, and you don't see that too often these days. Even when the goalkeepers take goal kicks, they sort of roll the ball out and play it. This time the referee pulls it back. Here's Barry. The turn. That time it was by Fernandez. Sapsford with a shot on his left that time. The block comes out to Hammond, and ball still with Western Sydney. In the centre of the park is Hollingdale, and Cameron looking to make a run on that right-hand side. They play direct once again, and jumper away up towards the Kubo. Barry in front of him, looking for the hands in the back. No, says the referee, and they come away with the ball and also get the foul that time. Anthony Pantazopoulos. Wasn't so much a professional foul, just wrong footing him there that time. Kubo did so well to win the ball initially. Here's Montford, and Owen across to the left finds Hovar, and Hovar with Philp. You just swapped Inverted this time. Cam Philp over on the left and Sunday Yona on the right. You see that a lot with wingers. Trying to change things up. Different defenders. Also doesn't allow for defenders to get comfortable marking the same player for 90 minutes of the game. And Barry to Gurditch, and Gurditch for Cameron. First time infield looking for Sapsford. Sapsford does well to get his body in front. Cameron goes and doubles up now. The ball in behind for Luai. He's onside. No, he's not, says the assistant on the far side. The save was made by Ryan Wood, but some enterprising play in that middle third from Western Sydney Wanderers. Jesse Cameron, the right wing back, combining well there with Sapsford and also Lual, looking for his second tonight. He's had a good start to this one. Owen Lual up top in that number 9 role this evening. Nathaniel Blair was in that role last week. And Barry up over the sideline, just inside Wanderers half. They take the throw in quickly. Hovar. Mako looking to get the 1-2 back with him. That's still with Hills United, and they're looking to play a little bit quicker now as we inch towards half time. In the 34th minute, plenty of time, but how Luke Cassidy would love to get that equaliser before the break. Give them some ascendancy at the main interval. Hovar there, the 1-2. The second ball still with Hills. Here's Cassidy. Yona wants it short. He plays it long and way too much heat on it there from Noah Cassidy. Yeah, the live game at the moment, just the start of the second half, still no score from the half time. St George FC 0, Blacktown City 0. St George can get something out of that one, it'd be a big result. Of course, on the opening day, went down 3-0 to Manly United. And Blacktown City last week, big victors, 6-3 over Apia. Probably the standout team performance of the round last week at Blacktown City. I said before, there's no easy games. The Kubo for Jackson Brown. Yono there wants it just in front of him, plays it in front of him, looks to cut it back. Jackson Brown! Lucas Sennett did well, got himself big, had to make the save. Rolls it out quickly for Sapsford. There's some great football there from Hills United. They look to win it back again. This time it's deflected across to Cameron, who says, let's settle it down, boys. Good ditch now for Barry. First real save of the match that Lucas Sennett was called into action. He did well coming out off his line and closed down the space. Panthazopoulos, the diagonal ball for Cameron, and he'll look to keep it in on the far side. Just comes off the side of his right foot there. Throw in taken quickly again, well read from the Wanderers, and they play it infield for Luol, and he's got a number of yellow shirts around him. He's got to go himself at the moment. He's tagged by the Hills defenders. He's Mako. Tommy Mako now. Beats one, beats two, driving through. All of a sudden it's 5-on-4. Hills United. Kelshaw now. Panthazopoulos in front of him. Counts the numbers. Plays it infield for Yono, just a little behind him and had to drag his foot. And the ball's still with Hills United after that clearance away by Barry. His jumper. They look to play it across to Cassidy, and they go through the tight quarters of the midfield there through Montford and across to Kelshaw. Again, Panthazopoulos in front of him. Slides it in behind for Yona. He's tracked across by Hollingdale. The ball in, and the Hills fans go up. Assistant on the near side said it went over for a goal kick. And just as well for Western Sydney fans and players. Score remains Hills United 0, Western Sydney Wanderers 1. Wilcox's with you. NPL action across New South Wales on the Football New South Wales YouTube channel. Hello and welcome to all of you tuning in tonight for my umpteenth season. Didn't get to call the opening round. We're going ahead for another year. Commentary. Glad to be a part of the greater Football New South Wales team and team of commentators and camera guys. So many that behind the scenes do a lot of work. Mark Stavroulakis and the team. Hello, Mark, to you. Cassidy. Kelshaw under pressure from Pantazopoulos, and he looks to win the free kick, and he does. Kelshaw just got caught there. It was well read by Anthony Pantazopoulos. Hollingdale. And Fernandez for Gerdich, and back to Barry. Here's Hollingdale once again. Fernandez. Bugarija. Bugarija with a shot. Always rising. Just created that inch of space onto his left and thought he'd try his luck from 22 yards out. Never going to trouble Ryan Wood in goals. Into the final 7 minutes of the first half. Nice cool evening, about 20-21 degrees in Sydney. Has been an overcast and wet day at times. The perfect football conditions is Bugarja. Plays it infield, and the shot always rising. That time it was Marcus Fernandez with that left foot snap.
The ongoing commitment to Hills United Football Club. Thank you very much, Stephen Elkin. Snooze Castle Hill.
Dave McDonald just reading out the sponsors for Hills, and the sponsors and volunteers are what make the clubs great. And we've had a wonderful rise over the years, only a club since 1989. Hills United doing some great things off the park and on the park. And Mako now across for Philp, and Philp will be held up by Cameron in front of him. Sapswood comes across to also hold him up. So has to go back to Hovar, and Hovar in for Jackson Brown. Repelled by Gerdich, and this time headed away by Pantazopoulos. Midway in the Wanderers' half. Kelshaw, the skipper, with the throw for Cassidy, and Cassidy looks straight to Montfort, says, "I'm giving you the ball, Owen." Mako. Hovar steps on it. Of course, the former Northbridge Bull player. The youngster. Starting on the left at the back there for Cassidy to start the season. Mako once again gives it back to Montford. Montford for Cassidy. He's put under pressure by Hammond. Jackson Brown goes down under the challenge of Barry, but there's play on through Sunday Yona. Yona, the step over. Looks to get around Fernandez, but a strong challenge. Tracking back was Pantazopoulos. There's a chat to the assistant saying, "I believe that came off me." Kelshaw with a throw. Jackson Brown for Kelshaw. Yona. That was Jumba. Jackson Brown, first time in. And as far as Mako. Mako tries to get it onto his right. Hills United in this final 5 minutes with some pressure. The Wanderers will look to keep them at bay. Great shift from Kelshaw, and Jackson Brown tries his luck. Let's see what he's trying to do. Just corral it into that far post, but couldn't wrap his foot around it enough. They've been Cam Philp, playing as an inverted winger. Barry for the Wanderers. Final 3 and a bit minutes of the first half here at Lennon Stadium. Western Sydney Wanderers, goal to nil up at the moment. Wonderful vision again. The ball just skidding off the synthetic surface here at Lennon Stadium. Jesse Cameron, former Hill Sports High product, has been at the Wanderers for a number of years. Of course, came through the Blacktown City youth system before moving across to Western Sydney Wanderers. So he too knows this ground pretty well. Gurditch. All the way back to Sinnott. Sin saying, I want you guys to open up. Plays it back to Gurditch, and Gurditch inside for Priestman. A nice little flick on for Lual, but has a number of yellow shirts. Has to go back to Hollingdale, and Hollingdale for Gurditch, and Kubo with some pressure. One out at the moment from the number 9, and we just play the triangles and get out Western City through Pantazopoulos now. Of course, coming into the starting lineup tonight for Devine, who's unavailable for Andrew Christensen. 1 of 4 changes, Anthony Pantazopoulos. The starting lineup that was so successful last week against Southern Sharks, and Bulgartic that gets taken down. Free kick to Western City midway in Hills United. They look to play it quick, looking for Hammond, and again, does it come off Western Sydney last? It does. Owen Newell. Well, I'll be happy to just see it go out for a throw in Western Sydney and take some time off the clock. Of course, the scoreboard with the time on it, so players can see we're in the final minute of the end of the first half, regulation time, and we may see perhaps 1 minute, but there hasn't been a lot of time to be added on. Very rarely these days do we see no time added on. We'll see a lot of that in the second half once the substitutions happen, and depending on how the game's going, the game gets slowed down a little bit. Not as frenetic as I'd banked on this one tonight. Has been a game of cat and mouse this first half, but it's the Wanderers without the mouse at the moment. And the cat chasing them being Hills United. Barry for Gurditch, and Gurditch can inch it up towards the halfway line. Cameron for Sapsford, and they've combined well today, and they combine once again now. Sapsford looks to get around Montford. Lowell in there off the crossbar. Well, once again, Cameron to Sapsford, the ball in, perfectly measured. Oh, and Lowell from the 6-yard box hits the crossbar. Cannon's over. Well, they could have had 2 or 3 in this first half. Fortunate enough for Hills United, it's still only the 1, but when they've decided to transition Western Sydney, especially down that right-hand side today, they've looked fantastic. Down the left as well through Hammond and Pantazopoulos, so some riches there for Andrew Christensen. They use both the left and right corridors. Here's Sapsford, and Sapsford has Hovar. Cameron first time up towards Lual. Montford in his back, gets the touch in, and it's Mako now. Mako twisting and turning, surrounded by red and black shirts. Black and red, however you look at it. And ladies and gentlemen, no additional time we played on here at the end of 45 minutes at Lennon Stadium. And it's the visiting side, Western Sydney Wanderers 1, leading Hills United 0. Owen Lual with that 14th minute strike. Superb work from Aidan Hammond on the left. He could have had 2 or 3, to be fair. Owen Lual, deserving of their lead at the main break. Western Sydney Wanderers looking to make it 2 in a row to start season 2024. But Hills United looking to come back. A big 45 minutes coming up for you. But now half time here at Landon Stadium. Hills United 0, Western Sydney Wanderers 1. We'll take a short break and come back for a big second half.
For the second half here at Landon Stadium.
Welcome back to Landon Stadium, ladies and gentlemen. Well, the second half of this round 2 clash of the NPL New South Wales men's competition. Just joining us, Hills United 0, trailing Western Sydney Wanderers 1. A goal from Awal in the first half, the 14th minute. The difference between the two at the main break. Had some good chances in that first half, but couldn't capitalise Western Sydney Wanderers. But a game that's very much in the balance at the moment. Here's Mako. Across to Casserly. And they look to play it forward towards Sundayona. All the way back to Sinnott. No changes at the break. Both starting 11s come out to start the second half. Here's Sapsford, and the skipper looks to shift it across to the left. Pantazopoulos, he's hurried there by Kelshaw. Yona now into the 18-yard box. They go, they drive it across, but getting down well. The goalkeeper in Lucas Sinnott. And the Wanderers hand over possession. Tommy Mako now. Dispossessed by Riley Hollingdale, and the referee says he didn't do it legally, so free kick given and taken quickly by Hills. Over now for Montford. Pressed by Owen Lual. Here's Casserly again, the ball in behind looking for Yona, and off his line quickly Sinnott, and fraction offside there Sunday Yona, but you can see the intent, the direction Hills are taking, looking to open up the lines early on. So far the Wanderers defence have been up to the challenge. Game currently also being played, St George FC in Blacktown City, 76 minutes gone. No score in that one. It has been some tight games today. Sutherland Sharks 0, NWS Spirit 0, and St George City 1. Moto Kamada, the goal scorer, defeating Sydney Olympic 0. So Sydney Olympic to start the season 0-2. For Labana Haliti's side. Jesse Cameron with the ball for the Wanderers. Goes long for Sapsford, and it's Hovo there, gets there first. Plays it to Mako, and Mako under pressure from Cameron, and he looks to swift the play, and Pantazopoulos reads it, gets there first. Anthony Pantazopoulos can slide the ball in. That time he was looking for Lual. Casserly away. Second time there with the head. Kubo couldn't hold on to possession. Wanderers once again through Cameron. Barry. Pressured there by Yona. All the way back to Sinnott in goals. He looks at his outlet to distribute, and again goes low, but only as far as Brian Jumper. Jumper now, again looking to slide the ball in behind for the speed of Sunday Yona. All the way back to Sinnott. Plays it short to Barry, and Barry chips it forward. Mako in possession for Hills. Here's Noah Casserly. Kelshaw fighting hard on that far side. Wanderers in possession now. Through Hammond. Well read by Casserly. Cut out the ball there that Hayden Hammond was looking to punch through that centre of the defence for Awan Lual. Hills United under 12s SAP boys tonight. Now the ball boys. Of course, last night to open the round, Jimmy Van Weeren's very young Sydney FC side. Only a couple of players I recognised from last year. Looking forward to calling them. Very good coach who guides them well through that system there, Jimmy Van Weeren. They defeated Manly United 2-0. The ball in for Luol. The nod down in the back of the net. Western Sydney double their lead all of a sudden. And it's number 11, Adam Bugarja. Western Sydney Wanderers 2, leading Hills United 0.
Goal for Western Sydney Wanderers, scored by number 11, Adam Bugarija.
It was a wonderful ball in, but what about the knockdown flick from Owen Luol with the assist? Bugarja there, never going to miss once he got his eyes on goal. Eyes would have lit up. Owen Luol put it on the plate for him. So all of a sudden, opening 5 minutes of the second half, 1 becomes 2. So at the moment, Wanderers well in control. And they look to make it 3 now. Twisting and turning. This time is Hammond, goes down, looks for penalties. I think he's slipped more than anything else. Perhaps just the ball touching the hand on the way down. Free kick taken quickly by Hills. Still plenty of time left. Don't need a lot of urgency, Luke Castley's men, but they certainly need to be the next one to score. Trailing 2-0 here at Landon Stadium. We've got us with you on the Football New South Wales YouTube channel tonight. Hello to you all, those tuning in. Top flight football here in New South Wales. Best NPL competition in the land, if I may say so myself. And they're twisting and turning there, the Wanderers. They look at each other and they leave it for Kubo and Jesse Cameron with a block in the end. It sort of fell in between Donny Gurdic and Jesse Cameron there. In the end, they did well to get the block in. Jesse with the block. As Jackson Brown walks across to take this one. Hover there. If they look to swing it off his left foot, the outswinger it would be. As Jackson Brown, a right footer, would be more an in-swinger. They played short. Here's Hover. Jackson Brown looks for it back. Well, he went the wrong way, and all of a sudden, Hayden Hammond goes down. Just going to get the first yellow card of the evening, and it's going to go to Caleb Jackson Brown. And Hayden Hammond saying, mate, not happy, I was off and gone. Jackson Brown finds his name in the book. 53rd minute of this one. They lead the yellow card race, but trial on the scoreboard. Goal in each half so far. Owen Luol in the 14th. And Adam Bugarja in the 51st. The 2 goals for Western Sydney tonight, looking to make it 2 from 2 to start the season. The youngsters certainly look good in pre-season and started the season well so far. Here's Mako, steps on it, goes across to Jumba. Yona again looks to get on his skates, but with the defender in and front of him and behind him, couldn't quite distribute the ball to him there, Brian Jumba. Jackson Brown for Yona, and just overrunning it there, couldn't get it played in front of him, Sunday Yona, so throwing to Hills United midway in their defensive half. As you see some of the substitutes warming up at the moment. Primarily the Hills United players. Yes, Luke Castley will give his starting 11 a few more minutes before he goes to the subs bench, just to see if they can turn this one around. We're going to see a double substitution. Cam Philp going off and Sunday Yona Coming on, Anthony Frangi. Just looking to get the other number for you. It's Raina Smile. So Smile and Frangi on. For Hills United. Smile, a central defender, just line up there alongside Montford. And there he is, called into action straight away. Raina Smile. Frangi, of course, coming off the bench last week, a big off-season recruit for them from Mount Druitt Town Rangers, formerly Marconi Stallions player. Has battled some injuries pre-season, so yet to get his start. And it's Hammer now, gets around, looking for Awal and away by Mako, up towards Akubo. Wanderers just with the numbers around the ball now, will maintain possession through Sinnott. Sinnott up over the half it goes. And Smile there with a header down. Cameron plays it infield and a getaway this time. Hills United, but it's great defensive work there from Western Sydney Wanderers. Kept in by Hovar. Pantazopoulos it was with the clearance. Jackson Brown fighting with Fernandez. It's Hills with the throw. His Smile for Wood. Of course, two former North Shore Mariner players. Played together for a number of years. Know each other well. Here's Frangi with his first touch since coming on. Anthony Frangi drifts it towards the far post and Sinnott claims and distributes quickly. Beautiful ball by Hammond, finds Zach Sapsford, and he just drags it on the other side of the post.
Substitutions.
Well, they transition quickly. Western Sydney Wanderers.
Coming off. Sunday Yona, Noah Cassidy and Cam Philp.
So Cam Philp and Noah Cassidy was the other one.
Number 97, Thomas Lopez.
Thomas Lopez was the third of the triple substitution for Luke Cassidy. Wanderers with a corner, looking to make it 3. In a sense, if they can find a third, it would almost kill the game off, even though there's plenty of time left. Trying the Olympico there, but Wood always had it covered. In and out it went for a goal kick to Hills United. Hits it low, the flick on from Hovar. Mako does well. Strong challenge and rides a couple there, wins a free kick. Tommy Mako. And switch across to Kelshaw, and Kelshaw plays it forward. It's Lopez. Ball's gone out. Tommy Lopez with the number 20 jersey. Was in the lineup pre-game when the lineup came out at number 97, but reverts back to his normal jersey, number 20, Thomas Lopez. Playing on that right-hand side. An extra attack on now for Luke Cassidy. You're certainly not going to die wondering Hills United tonight. If they get something out of this one, then got half an hour to do so. Always a dangerous scoreline, 2-0. You can be the next team to score with a bit of time left. You get the ascendancy, and all of a sudden the team that's 2-1 up starts looking at the clock. But they'll need to score a goal first. So far, so good for the Wanderers in their defence tonight. Here's Mako under pressure from Lual, and he does well. Owen Lual for Cameron. Infield ball now. Hollingdale for Sapsford. Sapsford twisting and turning, tries to find a yard or two. Frangie goes down, tracking back, helping out defensively. Anthony Frangie wins the free kick for Hills. Into the final moments at the Illingdon Sports Centre. St George nil, Blacktown City nil, so that will be a big point for St George if they had to get a point. Of course, their first year up, they were the side that were promoted last year. Hills, of course, the automatic promotional side that in the end were runaway victors in League One by 8 points. Has been a meteoric rise for Hills United. Tristan and the team doing some great things with the club, both in the men's and the women's and the boys and the girls space. Club for everyone. Here's Frangie. Kelshaw making that run down the right-hand side, but Panthazopoulos in the area, which didn't want to chance their arm. Jumper goes down, and it's Lual for Sapsford, and Sapsford once again. Bugaraju there, far post ball for Hammond. He'll keep it up. Coming inside, Aidan Hammond runs out of support. And Jackson Brown, infield ball for Kubo. Kelshaw under pressure, outside of the right foot, up towards the halfway line, but again, no pressure on Donny Gerdich. Gerdich for Cameron. Happy to play the possession game, the Wanderers at the moment. Hills United have to chase and try and find something in this one. Hollingdale for Awal, the 1-2. Here's Fernandez. Fernandez was Panthazopoulos. Gets the deflection back into the path of him fortuitously. Wanderers still with the ball. Cameron. Now Barry. Again, not a lot of movement forward for Wanderers, so happy to play it all the way back to Sinnett. Kubo will just put some pressure, and the lines will start to drift forward for Hills. Hovo there with a header for Mako. Montford. Frangie playing where he is, gets pickpocketed, taken down. It's going to be a straight yellow for Owen Montford. So he's the second player tonight into the book of the referee. Both on the same player, Adam Bugarija. He's saying, ref, it's the second time. He said, I know. And they've got yellow cards. Probably wanted a red there. Certainly not a red. It's a long way from home. Felt as though he was off and gone. Adam Bugarija. As Hollingdale waits for the referee to write Owen Montford's name into the book. Or he allows this free kick to take place. Jackson Brown just running across to Luke Casserly while it was happening, just to get some instructions from the gaffer. Hollingdale steps up, drifts this one onto the penalty spot. Away by Hills. Frangie there, plays it into Bugarija. Sapsford tracking back is Belcardi, so he's come onto the field while all that happened. Lual there can't get a lot of power generated onto that right foot of his. Kelshaw forward. Lopez working hard to win it back and almost does so and does so. Jackson Brown now. Jumper. Montford. Shift across to the left. Now finding Isaac Hovar. Hovar back to Montford. For Smile. Over the top for Jackson Brown. He'll fight hard. Jackson Brown, that's in the DNA. Frangie there just straight foot, just taking Hollingdale down. No malice in it, just a wrong-footed Hills United attacker. Barry. Pantazopoulos gets dispossessed by Kubo. Jackson Brown now. Ball in from Belcardi, straight into the hands of Sinnott. Jesse Cameron drives up over the halfway line, plays it in behind for Lual. Lual with a run. Nice first touch there. Sapsford, the dink over the top, he goes down, he's still with Lual and he tried to get into the path of Adam Bugardija. And he's copped a straight boot there. Sapsford stayed down after that one. You see him propping gingerly before he went down. He'll be playing at the moment. The ball forward, looking for a Kubo. Kelshaw there. And an opportunity now for the trainer to come on.
Substitution for Hills United coming off number 26, Tommy Mako, being replaced by number 10, Jamal Belcardi.
And just the confirmation of that previous substitution. Jamal Belcardi came on and Tommy Mako make his way off. As the Wanderers physiotherapist Rosalind Trimboli there just checking on health and well-being of Zach Sapsford, the skipper for Western Sydney Wanderers. Into time added on at the Ellenden Sports Centre. St George in Blacktown City still 0-0. There's plenty of action tomorrow across the New South Wales men's space. Both Sapsford's just going to come to the sideline and looks like he's going to be substituted. And Dimo looks like he's come on for Sapsford. And that's, no, he's not at the moment. That was just Lual getting some instructions, and Sapsford's made his way on. So that's a good sign for Andrew Christensen. The thumbs up to the bench from the skipper. Such an instrumental piece of the jigsaw for the Western Sydney Wanderers. Cameron there, Sapsford looks to be running a lot more freely now and can't get the ball in the path of Awal, away by Kelshaw, and Lopez tried to drag it down and into the path of Kubo. Still in possession, Marcus Fernandez for Western Sydney. Guarded you there, just can't get it to Awal. Belcardi forward, looking for Lopez. Pantazopoulos head down. Barry. Fernandez. It's the final touch of Belcardi, so Western Sydney Wanderers. So we approach the final 20 minutes of this one with the throw. 2-0 up. Goal in the first half to Owen Lual with his first of the season, and Adam Bugardija with his first of the season. Of course, last week he made the team of the week, the number 11 for Western Sydney. Not an easy thing to do in a competition that's so stacked with some amazing talent across. So A great benchmark for young Adam starting the year in the team of the week. May well find his name once again in the lights or thereabouts after getting the Wanderers second. Here's Cameron. Good ditch. Here's Fernandez. Nice drag and turn. First time. Looks to shift the ball across to Pantazopoulos. Pantazopoulos has Bulgarich there. Can't get it through that outlet. So he's forced back by Kubo. Still in possession, the Wanderers. Pantazopoulos goes down. Finally gets the free kick that perhaps he was hoping for. More so than was expected. As he ran out of space, but just the Kubo all over the back of him there. Frangie will get this ahead of Cameron, but a good show of strength from Jesse. Wins it for the Wanderers. Saps for now, overlapping his Jesse Cameron to the right. Didn't eventuate, and Hills come away with it. Frangie, Akubo, now to Frangie. Lopez sliding across and overlapping his Kelshaw. The skipper now, take the touch, measures his cross in. Looking at the back post for Akubo. Sinnott sees it, climbs well. Goes down, takes a couple of seconds off the clock. The Hills fans here giving a few razzes to the youngster. Sapsu, what a ball in. Well read by Kelshaw. Montford still can drive through the centre of the park. Belcardi leaves it for him. Montford still going. Frangie now. Cameron in front of him. Measures the ball in. Away by Gurditch, and only as far as Jackson Brown. Belcardi there. Couldn't quite get there first, but Jackson Brown wins back possession for the home side. The shift from the centre of the park from Frangie. Finds Kelshaw. Belcardi now. Tracked across by Fernandez. Look to driving it in low. Gets a touch in the corner for Hills United. So an opportunity now for Hills to mount some pressure from this set piece. Of course, some games tomorrow. We'll touch on those games for you after this. Sinnott with a 2-fist away. Jumba. The ball in by Jackson Brown. Montford. Nice chest and drags it down, trying to get in the path of Kubo. Kelshaw. Ball in. Kubo down for Jackson Brown at the snap. Away by Gerdich. Towards Jumba. Head nods it down. And as far as Bulgarija. Touching on the games tomorrow. Well, a couple of early games. The 3 o'clock game, Sydney United 58 at home against Wollongong Wolves. 3 p.m. kickoff. Rockdale Ilden at home, match of the round against Marconi Stallions, 3 p.m. also, and Apia at Leichhardt Oval tomorrow. Of course, Lambert Park out of action with the resurfacing of the synthetic. Hosting the Central Coast Mariners Academy at 4 p.m. So if you can't get to the games tomorrow, 3 fantastic games, all live and exclusive, as every game is this year in the top flight of the NPL New South Wales men's competition. Also the women's as well. Good luck to them. Kicking off. Predominantly Sunday games. Don't forget to keep abreast of all the happenings, the Football New South Wales socials. YouTube for all the highlights of the media clips that we see. Instagram, Facebook, X handle to keep on top of all things football in New South Wales. Of course, not only the NPL men's and women's top flight, League 1, League 2 action. You can keep abreast of all the youth league, boys and girls, the GSAP. Wonderful structured competitions.
number 3, Anthony Pantazopoulos, being replaced by number 99, Ryan Devine.
Ryan Devine on for Pantazopoulos for Western Sydney Wanderers. No board in action, so sort of got to wait to see the numbers and then the names that come off. Here's Western Sydney now. Can they put the game beyond bout? Twisting and turning. Here's Fernandez. Here he is on ball once again. Bugardija short. Ryan Devine for Barry. Gerdich been strong in the centre of the park tonight. The two central defenders for Western Sydney Wanderers. Here's Fernandez. Got some good feet on him. Marcus Fernandez. Jumper comes away with it. A shift across to the left. Isaac Hova now up over the half he goes. Frangie short. They're going to run out of space, but Frangie will just hold it up and play it back to Montfort, and Owen across to Rainer Smile. Got to chat to his dad, Gunther, before the game. Did meet him a few years ago when he was part of that North Shore Mariners side that came up to the top flight. So hello to the Smile family. Kubo heads it down and keeps possession. Kelshaw just drifts it forward for Belcardi. And Belcardi, heavy first touch, sees it go out for a throw on the far side. 76 and a bit minutes gone here at Endon Stadium. Hills United 0, Trail Western Sydney Wanderers 2. Wanderers at the moment looking to start the season in fantastic fashion, going 2 from 2. There's still enough time left for Hills United to make this one interesting. Here's Kelshaw for the home side, the skipper. Looking for options, some movement in that front third. Plays it infield for Jackson Brown. Frangie now overlapping his Hovar. Still with Anthony Frangie. The ball in by Kubo. Gets a deflection though, and they'll have a corner on the far side. Just in front of the players' entrance to Landon Stadium, and it'll be the left footer of Isaac Hover who will swing this one in. The in-swinger it'll be. Onto the penalty spot, he puts it. Ball not quite cleared at the moment. Smile there. Belcardi as well, and hacked away downfield by Owen Lual for Kelshaw. Diagonal ball forward, finds Frangie. Good defensive work once again from Jesse Cameron. Has been good. Has that right wing back tonight. Has combined well with Zach Sapsford. And we're going to see, it looks like Mitch Smith to me. It's been a while since I've seen Mitch play. A few months. Definitely Mitch Smith coming on, and it's going to be the 6 of Isaac Hovar. So Mitch Smith, an attacker. Bench emptied for Luke Casserly now. Trying to get a result in this one. Montfort with the throw. Takes it quickly. Belcardi with a header. On forward. Frangie twisting and turning. Fernandez holds him up well. Devine as well there in front of Smith. A shot by Frangie. Can't quite pick out that far corner to half the deficit. Still remains Western Sydney Wanderers 2, Hills United 0. We've got us with you tonight. The New South Wales YouTube channel. Hello to you all. As this one winds down. Frangie rides the challenge there of Hollingdale, and he's saying, ref, I just wanted to get on with things. Gets up and tries to shrug off the challenge. Of course, he's had a number of injuries pre-season. Working his way back into Full fitness, Anthony Frangi. Here's Belcardi. Held up by Devine. And does well. Ryan Devine wins the throw for his side. Almost at the 10-minute mark left in this one. At the moment, it's the Wanderers headed for another 3 points. 10 minutes is a long time in football, though. Wood with the clearance forward, helped on by Jackson Brown. Here's Belcardi. Frangi there wants it. First time over the top. There's Lopez. Ball in for Akubo. And Akubo finds the back of the net. Gets his second on the season. Hills United's first today. They halved the deficit. We're headed for a grandstand finish here at Landon Stadium. Western Sydney Wanderers 2. Hills United 1.
Hills United 1. The Western Sydney Wanderers 2.
Well, Thomas Lopez was the switch of play from Anthony Frangi across to Lopez. A wonderful ball in for Akubo. Unmarked on the 6-yard spot. Found the back of Lucas Sinnett's goal. As said 30 seconds earlier, 10 minutes is a long time in football. And this one is going to go down to the wire tonight here at Landon Stadium. Get to the chair, just stop that foray forward by Mitch Smith. Takes it quickly. Akubo. Wanderers start to drop some numbers back. Worst case scenario for them, try and at least hold this lead and just play some transition football. No need to open up now. Try and get to 3 points more than chase another goal. And the free kick and set piece to run down some clock. Going to be Western Sydney Wanderers' best friend in his final 10 minutes. Hollingdale waits for the whistle and leaves it for Gerdich. And Gerdich wants to pump it forward, but just trying to find a player he can keep possession with, but they do send it forward. They're looking for Hammond. I'm going to see another substitution for Western Sydney Wanderers. And it's going to be one of their goal scorers, Adam Bugarija, goes off. And Anthony Barbaric comes on in place of him. Montfort just couldn't quite wrap his foot around it to get it to Anthony Frangi.
Substitution for Western Sydney Wanderers.
Cameron with the throw.
Adam Bugarija being replaced.
Luol down into the path, trying to find Fernandez. Gerdich forward.
Number 24, Anthony Barwick.
Montfort, Jackson Brown. Switch across to Kelshaw. Hammond tracks across, holds him up. Plays it short to Akubo. Akubo measures his ball forward. Away first time by Gerdich. Ryan Jumba now. 4 Hills. Back to Montfort. Anthony Frangi. Just shows enough of it there for Sapford, and Sapford can go away with the ball, and Jumper comes across, but all of a sudden it's 3 on 3. You can shift it across to Fernandez, who's free on the left. Zach Sapford, and he took one touch too many there. It was well read in defence by Smile, who kept his feet, didn't dive in. But Marcus Fernandez drifting on that left was off and gone. It's 3 on 3, and Fernandez overloading through the midfield made it 4 on 3, but Sapsford driving through that middle third corridor. Couldn't get it to Marcus. Just under 6 minutes to play. Hills United 1, trailing Western Sydney Wanderers 2. Saturday night football here at Seven Hills, Landon Stadium. And Gigliotti just coming on for Western Sydney. And Brian Jumbo's going to play ball boy just to make sure they don't take too much time off the clock. So Lual replaced for Gigliotti, and Lual, what a good shift it's been for him tonight. He probably didn't expect to play 83, 84 minutes up top. Got the opener. Two goal scorers now subbed for Andrew Christensen's side. Corner taken by Fernandez. He'll just leave it for the throw. And I'm sure the referee will take note of some time wasting here from the Wanderers. Cameron with the throw. Sapsford down for Gigliotti. Gigliotti looking to cut it back onto the spot. And somehow they can't find the back of the net. Western Sydney. And it's Hills United now in transition. Anthony Frangi. The ball down first time, looking for Belcardi, and it's Aidan Hammond with a chance. Bodies in front of him, getting the block. He certainly would have wrapped up the 3 points with that third. Hills looking to find the equaliser. Ball in, and first time away by Western Sydney. Under 5 minutes to play. Hills United pressing for that equaliser. Western Sydney looking to hold on. They'll play some transition football at best for the last remaining moments here at Landon Stadium. Montfort with a shift across. Here's Belcardi. Kelshaw. Onto his left. A tame shot in the end from the skipper. Couldn't get the power on it to perhaps trouble Lucas Sinnott. Lucas Sinnott in the breadbasket, that one. And he'll clear it downfield. Kubo. Full time. Tilden Sports Centre, St George nil. Blacktown City nil. So Blacktown remain unbeaten, but move up to 4 points. St George with their first point of the season after that 3-0 loss on the opening night against Manly United. So a good result for them. Their first points since being promoted. Here's Sapsford. Gigliotti to his right. Sapsford will roll it into the path of him. Looks to cut it back onto the 6-yard box. That time, Marcus Fernandez. Straight into the arms of Ryan Wood. A few of the RBB boys over on the far side trying to get the Academy boys home today. Here's Smith. Gets the block. Ball falls midfield for the Wanderers. And just look to maintain possession and beat as much of this clock as they can. Here's Devine. They hand it over. Smith. The Kubo. That was Lopez. Kubo now takes the shot, gets a deflection on the way through. The Hills fans jump to their feet thinking they got the equaliser. Wasn't to be. But a corner for Hills United as we approach the final minute of regulation time, and no boarding place tonight, but I dare say there'll be a good 4 or 5 minutes. Bench is emptied in the second half. Jackson Brown with the corner. Sends it long. Sinnott there. Smith as well. Away by Western Sydney. Jesse Cameron happy to just send it as far as he can downfield. Allow the Western Sydney Warriors to maintain their shape. And Kelshaw rushes back. Back to Wood. He'll look to get this one forward if he can. Jumper there, and Wanderers through Fernandez, just overrunning that one. Kelshaw long. Looking for Lopez, and Barry sends this one almost out of Landon Stadium. There'll be a lot of this as we approach the 90-minute mark. Just 10 seconds or so left of normal regulation. Kelshaw drives the ball in. Away by Barry, only as far as Frangie. And Frangie will again drift this one for Akubo. Gets in behind. Cut back for Akubo. Montfort there. The Wanderers tries for a penalty from the Hills fans. They go up and remonstrate. Kelshaw there to the referee, but still with Hills now through Jumper. And comes off Hammond. Western Sydney holding on. Akubo. And they'll drive forward once again. The switcher play across to Gigliotti. Gigliotti. Eating up some clock, held up by Small. And the ball over the top for Fernandez. And Fernandez goes down and referee says play on. Goal kick to Hills, and number 9 tracking all the way back there, Akubo. From a target to a defender, all in 90 minutes. The world of football, eh? Small. No time to waste. First time forward. Nice flick on there it was by Smith for Lopez. Mitchell Smith asks for the ball quickly. Into time added on now. Hills United 1, Western Sydney Wanderers 2. Smith with the throw. Up towards the 18-yard box he goes. The turn by Jackson Brown, and almost a deflection through from Anthony Frangie, but lucky for Western Sydney Wanderers players, fans, and Andrew Christensen. Sinnott was in the right place. Didn't have to transfer his weight too much. Lucas Sinnott clears it. First time down the field. Looking for Sapsford. Smile there. Jumper. Pickpocketed it was by Hammond. Kelshaw now. Hills United. Time ticking away. Akubo there has his shirt tugged. No. Well, Zach Sapsford there is going to get himself a yellow card, not only for the infringement but kicking the ball downfield. So the skipper gets a yellow. Here's the first Western Sydney Wanderer into the book tonight. Just the 3 cards, one to Jackson Brown, one to Montfort, and for Hills United, Zach Sapsford there. Probably lucky he wasn't on a yellow, just kicking the ball downfield like that. Would have been an automatic second yellow and a red, but just a yellow. But all this time. Noted by the referee. Hills United, other than Ryan Wood, sending everyone forward for this set piece. The skipper, Ben Kelshaw to deliver it. Argues the 10 yards. Referee says play on. Time ticks down. Ball into the box. A shot there by Small. Away by Sapsford. Only as far as Kelshaw. Plays it short to Jumper. Smith looking for Kelshaw. And they're going to give away another free kick, the Wanderers, so they'll need everybody behind the ball, and we're going to see perhaps another yellow card. The referee talks to Ryan Devine and says, I don't need any more of that. You're lucky you're not in the book. Doing everything they can to hold on. Western Sydney Wanderers. Free kick to be taken by Jumper for Hills. Again. The short ball into the box. Montfort gets the header in there. Kubo with a shot. What a save by Lucas Sinnott. Well, Kubo with a shot. Just as it looked to be going into the back of the net. Somehow through traffic, Lucas Sinnott saw it. All the players went up to him. High fives. Job not done yet. Jackson Brown with the corner. The ball in. Away by Sapsford. Still not out of danger. Mitch Smith with a shot. The ball downfield. Referee starts to look at his watch and blows his whistle. And it's full time here at Landon Stadium. Well, what a game it was. Exciting, entertaining, enthralling all the way down to the 90th minute. Time added on. Western Sydney Wanderers by the skin of their teeth. Hold on. Make it 2 from 2 for Andrew Christensen and his side to start the season. Hills United gallant in defeat. Their first loss of the year, going down 2-1. Don't forget all the action tomorrow. Live and exclusive on the Football New South Wales YouTube channel. 3 games in prospect from 3 o'clock tomorrow. But from Landon Stadium, ladies and gentlemen, Will Gotch is with you tonight on the Football New South Wales YouTube channel. It's been a pleasure. We'll catch up with you again next week. Don't forget, 3 games tomorrow, live and exclusive. If you can't get to the game, the Football New South Wales YouTube channel, send on the notifications. You won't miss a minute this year. But from Landon Stadium, ladies and gentlemen, it's a good night to you all. Full time here, Western Sydney Wanderers 2 have defeated Hills United 1.
We got a sickness.